You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
We had a video we need to record, man. Jordon Hudson. We got some news here. You got the article pulled up, Rhodes?
I do. Do you want me to share it?
Yeah. Take us through it, man, because Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I think he's on thin ice.
There's now multiple layers to this. All right, because not only has the North Carolina stepped in as a university to take action against her, the family is now voicing their concern for him. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, but it's pretty wild. Of course, if you've seen any of we're still talking about byproduct of the fallout from the CBS interview, right? Where she stepped in and said, we're not going to talk about that. And she stared at the camera looking like a demon. Man, did you see her face when she did that?
I made a video and I talked about how Belichick's friends staged an intervention on him.
Oh my God. She looked disturbed in that thing. So that led us over here. Pablo Torre, who used to work for ESPN, I think he may work for, I don't know if he's in that Metal Art group, DraftKings, Lebitard, all that entire lane, but he's been digging deep into this Bill Belichick thing. So now North Carolina as a football program has actually taken action to ban her from the facilities. So let's listen to this.
Wow. Here you go. Let's listen in.
A couple of breaking news updates since what has happened publicly since we last gathered. Number one, okay? Two sources at the University of North Carolina tell me that there has been a decision, it was made last week, by the higher-ups inside the athletic department that had hired Bill Belichick to be the highest-paid public employee, not just coach, in the state of North Carolina at $10 million a year. And that decision was that Jordon Hudson is no longer allowed in the football building.
Okay.
She is not allowed on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, don't think you'll be hearing much from Jordon moving forward.
Wow.
Dang, not in the building?
That's a little flippant. I feel like that is what is done with a distraction, and a team is within its rights to do that when it comes to external distractions.
Now, do we think, maybe we know, I don't know if we know, do we think this is like the athletic director at UNC being like, this is a problem? Or do you think it's Bill going to the athletic director and being like, I would really love it if you said this was a problem?
They said you can't come.
Yeah,
I would love to have you there.
Oh my God,
you're my cheerleader.
Who's got tarier heels than you?
You're my cheerleader.
You gotta be there, babe. But
they
Donnie's
are saying,
on my back.
Bubba Cunningham.
New
Is that his
job.
name? Bubba
Yeah.
Cunningham?
Bubba, you know
Bubba,
the way
you know how
Bubba's.
Bubba can be.
Listen, he's tough.
I think
He
Bubba's
rides
jealous. I wouldn't say it to him, but I think Bubba's jealous.
Yeah.
That's my Bill Belichick impression.
That's really good.
That's ours.
Yeah, the most animated he's ever been.
So the theory of why any of this happening is a relevant conversation that I'm gonna ask you to put a pin in that.
Okay.
Because the second update is that Bill Belichick's family.
Oh, okay. It's in
He's
here.
extraordinarily concerned about what has transpired. One Belichick family source told me, quote, there is deep worry for how detrimental Jordon can be for not just North Carolina, but Bill's legacy, reputation, everything he has built and worked for over decades. End quote. In fact, the family has been digging into Jordon Hudson as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was the other part that I was going to add to this, and I actually had the article open. But yeah, the family is now fully involved because they're worried about his legacy now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the greatest coach of all time is running the risk of really tarnishing what he's got going on. And John, I brought this up a couple of times in a couple of videos I made, but I'll bring it up here. Is she the reason he didn't get an NFL job? Not him, but her?
So.
Ooh,
Okay,
I believe so.
good
because
question, man.
because Arthur Blank, word has it, everybody remembers this. I was doing videos on it. Arthur Blank made the decision. He was hiring Bill Belichick to be the next Atlanta Falcons head coach. And then all of a sudden, there was this massive pivot away from him. All of a sudden, the news broke. I remember I got up on a Saturday morning, and all of a sudden, the Falcons were announcing they were interviewing Jim Harbaugh. And I was like, wait, what? I mean, remember, Belichick went out on the yacht for Arthur Blank and this and that and the other. Well, if Bill went out there, Jordon Hudson probably went with him. We have since found out he's been seeing her for a while.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, that may be part of this too for the family. They're like, he's never going to get back in the NFL as long as she's around. Never. And we know that's still the end game for Bill. 1 or 2 years at North Carolina and then back to the NFL. Well, if she's making him look this bad at a university, an NFL club is never, the organization's going to want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Right?
And you remember Belichick, man, he kept players on a short leash. I mean, even Tom Brady, look at the way Tom Brady acted in New England versus the way he acted in Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tommy Kernan was saying on his podcast this week, he was talking about this, and he was talking about all the different rules Belichick had in place in order to not be a distraction. And look at this.
Yep.
This is crazy.
And Belichick has had other girlfriends. You never saw them on the field with the Patriots.
They have taken his own, he has taken his own rules along with her and has run a flamethrower on them. I mean,
Yeah.
out the window. Out the
Now,
window.
I'm not buying what they said on Pablo Torres' podcast about Belichick probably went to UNC athletic director and said, just say it looks bad. I can't believe Belichick would do something like that. Belichick needs to lay the smack down on her.
I wouldn't even have thought of that theory if they hadn't brought it up. It is an interesting theory to keep him, in other words, that takes the onus off of Bill and puts it on the university.
Yeah, but that's a bad look, man. I mean, Belichick, football, man, is a very masculine sport. Are those players going to respect him if he actually lets his girlfriend run all over him?
No.
No, of course
She's already
not.
turned him into a simp. She's already turned into a simp.
Yeah, that's basically what he's looking like right now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Another thing about it, this what will concern me about Bill Belichick and all that. Like, he should tell her to go take a hike. And like I say, guys, you're battering my image and all that. Like, my only concern is if he knocks her up and she gets pregnant, she's got him fucking two.
I never even considered that. You want to talk about adding a layer? Wow.
I never thought of Belichick actually going to coach college to begin with.
If he puts a bun in the oven, he's definitely screwed because she'll take him for everything that he's got.
Well, and I'm sure that's part of the family too, being worried about Bill is, Bill made so much money. A lot of people don't realize this. He made so much money in the stock market over the years because his right-hand man was big into the stock market, and Bill turned that stuff over to him, and he made Bill a fortune in the stock market. I mean, a big fortune. There's no telling how much Bill Belichick's actually worth right now because of that. I mean, there's rumors out there, but I mean, we're talking, I've heard $500 million, that kind of money. Wow. Whether or not that's accurate or true, I don't know.
That's going to be hard to, we won't know.
That is an interesting theory, though. If you're wanting, you'll still have to pay taxes on it, though, as well.
If Bill's trying to save face with her, he can put the onus on the university Well, the university has made a decision that they don't want you, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, Bill's not the bad guy, the university is. And obviously, Jordon, I assume, would know Bill's not going to quit a job that's paying $10 million a year.
No.
So you don't even ask.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.